Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a foundation review and wear test. So today I'm going to be reviewing and testing out the No7 Essentially Natural Foundation. Now I haven't seen many people talk about this, but I was in Boots and I saw it and I thought, do you know what? Sometimes I don't like to wear a heavy, thick foundation. I like to wear more of a natural, everyday, light coverage foundation now and then. And I thought I'd give this a try. It was £10 from Boots. And I just really like this type of packaging for a foundation. This kind of like soft plastic, small, very lightweight packaging I really like in foundations because it makes it easier to go traveling with them. And yeah, I just prefer this kind of packaging to a glass bottle type packaging. So I got the shade Calico, which I don't know if it was the palest, but it seemed one of the palest that was available. I'm not sure, I can't really remember. But it says this foundation is for all skin types. It has light to medium coverage, probably light. It's a lightweight natural finish and it has SPF 15. It's so hard to find foundations with SPF in lately. I'm really struggling from the drugstore. So this has SPF, so that's really, really good. It says that it counteracts dryness, leaves skin softer, minimizes the appearance of pores and blemishes. So yeah, I have oily skin, but I kind of have more combination skin lately, more like half dry, half oily skin. So I'm struggling with my skin at the moment. I have been for like the last year or so. So yeah, this should be interesting. I'm very excited to try it. The only thing I'm nervous about is the colour. So I haven't actually tried it yet. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so normally with my foundation reviews, I apply a primer water first. This is the Barry M Flawless Hydro Fix Primer Water. Now, typically in my foundation reviews on my channel, I don't usually put a primer underneath them because I like to see how they would naturally wear throughout the day. And I used to never wear primers unless it was like special occasions or if I needed my makeup to last like day to night. If I was just going to work or like an everyday type thing, I wouldn't apply a primer. I would just use this water. But lately, the last few months, I've been starting to use primers every day, and I don't know why I didn't before, because primers just make such a difference to your makeup. It makes it last all day. It makes it so much smoother and more natural looking on the skin. You need to use primers every day. So I'm going to be using a primer underneath this foundation, and I'm going to be using the Max Factor Miracle Prep Pore Minimizing and Mattifying Primer. This is a really good primer. I love it. And to apply it, I'm using my Real Techniques stippling brush. Okay, so we're ready to go. So to apply the foundation, I'm going to be using my It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Flawless Foundation Brush. I had this in a gift set. I think it was like £50 for 5 brushes. So this is quite an expensive brush. You don't have to use this brush to apply foundation. You can use any kind of brush that suits you. I typically go through about 4 foundation brushes that I like to rotate, that are my favorites. So it's just whatever works for you. I'm just going to be using this one today. And yeah, let's get started. I'm quite nervous. I'm nervous about the colour. I don't know. Right, okay, so I've squirted a little bit onto the brush. I don't know how much I'm going to need because I don't know the coverage. I don't know. So I'm just going to try that for now. And yeah, let's go. Right, the colour is a bit too dark. Let's blend it in and we'll see where we are. Okay, so that is giving me a very natural light coverage, which I actually really like. So I'm going to apply a little bit more for my forehead. Okay, so I've done like my whole face now, and that is just one layer of coverage. So I feel like, depending on the look you're going for, you could just get away with this easily. It has clearly covered my blemishes and it's just smoothed out my skin a little bit. I think that is just a very natural foundation. It kind of looks like you're not wearing any foundation. It's a very natural foundation, which I absolutely love because I don't have many natural foundations in my collection. Now I am going to do another layer just to see if I can build up coverage in certain areas. Okay, so I just stood up to look at my skin in the natural daylight because obviously I've got camera lights here, and it actually looks amazing on my skin in the natural daylight. It looks nice here, but in the natural daylight the colour looks better. On here I can't really tell if the colour match was good, but when I went to my window to see what it looks like, my colour match is pretty good. It's a slight bit too dark, but because it's such a lightweight natural foundation I can totally get away with it, and it literally just looks like skin. It doesn't even look like I'm wearing any foundation whatsoever, which is amazing, but it's still giving me that little bit of coverage and covers up my blemishes and just makes your skin look better. And that's 2 layers, and I think that's enough for me for the type of look that I would go for wearing this foundation. If I wanted a more full coverage, glamorous look, obviously I'd go for a different foundation. But this is so nice, and I actually really love the way it applied with this particular brush. I just think it went on really smoothly. Do you know, it doesn't even feel like I'm wearing anything on my face. It feels so comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the rest of my face makeup off camera, and then I will come back in with my final thoughts. Okay, so I finished up the rest of my makeup, and my final thoughts are, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the way it looks on my skin. It looks super natural. It doesn't even look like I'm wearing foundation. It just looks like my natural skin, but better. It just looks so nice. So the test will really be now how well it lasts throughout the day. It should be okay, but because it was a slightly, not dewy, but it wasn't matte, so we'll see how it does last throughout the day. Like normal with my foundation reviews, I check back in with you after 2 hours, then 6 hours, then 8 hours of wear. So I just film throughout the day to let you know how it's looking, how it's feeling, my thoughts. But my first impressions are super, super high of this foundation. I love it, and for £10 you can't really go wrong, so I would recommend it at the moment. But we will see how it is throughout the day. So yeah, I will see you in 2 hours to see how it's looking then. Okay, so this is my 2-hour check-in. It's a little over 2 hours. I think it's like 2.5 hours. And I've honestly noticed no change, no difference. Foundation is still looking exactly the same. It hasn't worn away. It hasn't smudged. It hasn't gone cakey. It's still looking just as good. I'm really liking how it's looking on the skin, but it has only been 2 hours, so we shall see what it is like in another 4 hours, which would have been 6 hours since I first applied it. So I'll check back in with you then and see how it's looking. Okay, so it's been just over 6 hours now since the foundation was first put on, and I just looked in the mirror, and honestly I can't notice change at all. It still looks exactly the same as it did when I first applied it, which is so strange because I've been wearing it for 6 hours. Normally by now foundations would have started to cake up a little bit, or slip and slide a little bit, or just not look like it's just been applied, but it genuinely just looks like it's just been applied. It looks exactly the same, so it's so strange. So that's really, really good. But the only thing is that the colour, it's just not great. Like, I don't think I would wear this with my hair tied up. I'm going to keep it on for another few hours, and then we'll see how it's looking then. But this gets a thumbs up from me so far. Okay, so it's been 8 hours now since I first put on the foundation, and not much has changed since the last check-in really, other than I've gone a little bit oily around my nose, which is normal for me anyway, no matter what kind of foundation I wear, because I have oily skin. So that's no different to any other foundation, but other than that, there's no difference. It still looks really good. It still looks natural on my skin, but yeah, this is a very nice natural foundation, so yeah, thumbs up from me. So that completes this video. This was my foundation review and wear test of the No. 7 Essentially Natural Foundation. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already, so you can see all my other videos. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.